One Zambia, one nation. A warm welcome to Zanis News with me, Trust Bemba. The headlines. Increased investment in mining sector to stabilize the exchange rate. Construction of first ever civic center in Lusoposhi progresses. And government to tap sports talent from rural areas. The news in detail. Government has expressed optimism that the exchange rate will soon stabilize following the increased investment in the mining sector. Minister of Finance and National Planning, Stubeko Mutsukotwane, says the country has in the recent past attracted unprecedented interest from both new and old mining investors, expressing interest to ramp up copper production. The minister was speaking on the sidelines of the 2024 Investing in African Mining Indaba and has cited the resumption of mining activities and increased copper production by Mopani Copper Mine and Konkola Copper Mine as some of the activities that will help in addressing volatility in the country's currency. He has noted that the two mining giants have doubled their investment, started paying workers, suppliers and contractors who were owed, adding that this will go a long way in revamping economic activities and improved foreign exchange in the economy. He has explained that this is why the government will continue creating a favorable business environment for key economic sectors such as mining to thrive due to the vital role it plays in the country's economy.
I'm very happy that a lot of progress has been made. Progress in the sense that the two mining giants, namely KCM and the Mopani, that we found to be in the doldrums and contributing very little to the Zambian economy, those issues are largely resolved now. Mopani is due to change ownership in terms of the majority shareholder by the end of this month, and then they'll be ramping up production. So very soon, people in Kitwe and Mufulira, life will come back to normal because the mine is going to start ramping up production. Money is already beginning to come in. So far, $80 million has come through. Another $50 million is coming through in time now. So some of the creditors will begin to get paid. As they get paid, we are also happy that this is something that is going to support the stability of the kwacha, even before production starts. For KCM, only one thing remaining to see what formula is going to be used to pay off creditors. And I'm happy to say that during our time here, we met one or two of the creditors to persuade them to cooperate in this so-called scheme of arrangement so that we seal the issue of, with the amount of money available, who is going to be paid what, and with that, again, you should see foreign exchange coming in to support the exchange rate and so forth.
Minister of Information and Media Cornelius Mwetwa has assured the nation that Eagle's milling meal being sold is not genetically modified organism, stating that it is produced using the locally grown maize. Mr. Mwetwa says the genetically modified organism's milling meal that is destined for the Democratic Republic of Congo cannot find itself on the Zambian market because it is clearly marked in black while the local is marked green. He was speaking during a press briefing at Kasumbalesa border after an inspection of the storage sheds. Details in this report.
Recently, there has been claims that the genetically modified organism milling meal destined for Congo is available on the Zambian market, and citizens have expressed concern on the matter. However, government has refuted such claims.
So like therefore, to assure the citizens of our country that the Government Republic of Zambia is on all fours with the law and ensuring that there is no GMO mini meal being imported for local consumption in Zambia. Therefore, statements and assertions that were made that President HH is feeding citizens on GMO maize or mini meal are completely unsubstantiatable.
Following an artificial shortage of mealie meal in Chililabombwe because of smuggling into the neighboring DR Congo, government has directed that more mealie meal is produced.
More players be brought on operating with ZNS and its allied millers in terms of regulation to come on board to begin to supply mealie meal to Chililabombwe. So going forward, you will see other brands beyond just those labeled ZNS come through to begin to supply to Chililabombwe town. The restriction has therefore been eased of bringing mealie meal into Chililabombwe.
Millers Association of Zambia says the country still has enough maize.
With the ZNS meal, it is got different branded labels, which is green, and that is what I think is being offloaded and circulated on our local markets. As the minister said, I'd like also to assure the nation that there is no need for us to engage into panic, as the country has enough maize stocks to take us to the next farming season. Between the millers, the traders, and the Food Reserve Agency, we still have enough and sufficient stocks that will be able to see us through in the next 3 months into the next harvest season.
Smuggling is the order of the day in Kasumbalesa border in Chililabombwe district, and government is tightened security to ensure that no locally produced non-GMO mealie meal escape to the neighboring Congo. Mary Chola for Zanis in Chililabombwe district on the Copperbelt province.
Over 3.2 million kwacha has been disbursed as loans to 51 beneficiaries in Lusaka's Matero constituency using the 2023 Constituency Development Fund. Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu handed over the dummy check to the beneficiaries.
51 beneficiaries in Matero constituency in Lusaka district have been empowered with loans worth 3.2 million kwacha under the 2023 Constituency Development Fund. Lusaka District Commissioner Rosa Zulu, who disbursed the loans, says the government is happy that the CDF empowerment programs have improved the economic status of the Zambian people.
So let us talk about CDF. It is real, it's happening. And we are going to provide this money to the MPs. Mukwainga tamulepo kakashi nishiniba MP benu na ama councillors na ba CDF. But wa boss sana ni wa MP. So ngatabale mipera nishite ife wa government ife na atufumia na ba isa na confirm ba MP na mufaka.
Matero Member of Parliament, Maus Sampa, has commended the government for its continued effort to economically empower the Zambian people.
To the government of the day, the CDF is one of the government's best performance. Is in drama is choka ku UPND government. Osa ikaponsoni olosindo UPND ni kutandama nifuna kwa drama.
It is also gratifying to note that among the beneficiaries of the CDF loans is an ex-prisoner, William Kamoyo, who has transformed and was granted a 50,000 kwacha loan for his poultry business, while others got between 49,000 and 100,000 kwacha worth of loans.
Little did I know that I will receive this CD. I started a long time, from 2022. So today, that's when I've received this loan. Otherwise, I was despaired in short. But not all ex-prisoners are forward-looking. 3/4 of the ex-prisoners, they do go back to prison, okay? So, in my case, I'm just one of those, the forward-looking. I appreciate for that anyway.
Mijelo Mwemba reporting for Zanis in Lusaka.
We now take you to Northern Province, where construction of the first ever Lupososhi Civic Center has advanced. Over 2.6 million kwacha has been invested on the project. We take a look at this report.
6 years after its declaration as a district, Lupososhi still faces a major challenge of office space for civil servants, forcing many to reside and work in the neighboring Luengo district. However, this will soon change as government is constructing a civic center at a total cost of 2.6 million kwacha. 1.2 million is from the capital component of the local government equalization funds, while 1.4 million kwacha is from the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape reaffirmed government's commitment to change the face of Lupososhi district. 6 years after its declaration as a district, Lupososhi still faces a major challenge of office space for civil servants, forcing many to reside and work in the neighboring Luengo district. However, this will soon change as government is constructing a civic center at a total cost of 2.6 million kwacha. 1.2 million is from the capital component of the local government equalization funds, while 1.4 million kwacha is from the Constituency Development Fund CDF. Northern Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Lewis Mwape reaffirmed government's commitment to change the face of Lupososhi district.
This one is one of those rural districts, and as such we need to ensure that enabling environment is created for all our workers, and we want to also bring on board those that also need to come and construct the housing units.
And Senior Chieftainess Chongo of Lupososhi district has pledged to work with the government to spearhead development in the area.
If we are chiefs, John Sefi, who take on a watchinja, knife to a change automatically. If you let have a good take over. Each one day, Tashako Sana issue in an alpha, Pamandua CBD. You CBD in Gayari, Puile one. I'm sure it's the only key to open Lupososhi. For I know all the workers will come from Luengo and stay in Lupososhi.
Simon Mwenya is Lupososhi District Commissioner.
There is progress at the Civic Center, the first structure in Lupososhi District. It has been very, very difficult for our workers to shift to Lupososhi because the district had lucky infrastructure development like this one.
Helen Bwadia reporting for Zanis.
Government has called on leaders to eliminate the health inequalities by addressing the root cause and ensuring that everyone has access to quality health services. Western Province Permanent Secretary Simomo Akapelwa says other than cancer, there is need for all other ailments to be considered, including disease outbreaks such as cholera. Mr. Akapelwa was speaking at Mongo Main Bus Station during the commemoration of the World Cancer Day under the theme, United to Close the Cancer Care Gap. He says cancer is the second leading cause of death in the world after cardiovascular diseases, hence the need to fight the disease. He was noted that the highest burden of cancer in Zambia comes from cervical cancer among women, while prostate cancer is the major burden among men. Meanwhile, acting Western Province Health Director Love Demwila explains that early detection of cancer is a vital better outcome that results in less expenditure for families and government as well.
Cancer is the second leading cause of death in the world after cardiovascular diseases. In Zambia, the highest burden of cancer comes from cervical cancer among women. Furthermore, prostate cancer has emerged as a significant threat to the health of Zambian men. Cervical screening services are now available in 73 health facilities in Western Province. We call on our leaders to eliminate health inequities by addressing their root causes, ensuring that everyone has access to quality health services for not only cancer, but all other ailments, including disease outbreaks such as that of cholera.
Early detection means a better outcome and less expenditure, not only for families, but for the government as well. Having that fact in mind, the government has invested heavily in equipment to diagnose or screen for cancer, as well as the human resource to use these equipments so that they can close the gap when it comes to cancer. For so long, guests of honor, we used to send specimens which we suspected to be cancer to Lusaka, but now we have a specialist who's able to look at those samples and really determine if this is cancer and what cancer it could be.
More stories to come after this message.
Kodi kolera ndi chani?
Kolera ndi matenda othulula. Munthu amene adwala matenda ya kolera amathulula kwambiri ndi kusanza. Dothi lake limakhala ngati madzi momwe atsukira mpunga. Ndipo munthu wodwala kolera, madzi mthupi lake amatha kamba kakuti iye amachoka kwambiri kupyolera mkusanza ndi kuthulula kwambiri. Munthu wodwala kolera angamwalire m'maola 12 kaya kuti 12 hours ngati sanalandire mwamsanga thandizo la mankhwala.
Kodi munthu angatengere motani matenda a kolera?
Kumwa madzi adothi, kudya zakudya ndi m'manja mosasamba mwadothi kapena kugwiritsa ntchito mbale zotsukiwa ndi madzi adothi. Kudya zakudya zimene zinangosiwa mosasamala posabwinikira. Kudya zakudya zozizira zachimbala zimene sizinasungiwa bwino. Kudya zakudya zimene amagulitsa mphepete mwa misewu. Kudya zipatso ndi ndiwo zamasamba zosatsuka.
Kodi kolera ingachinjiriziwe?
Gadusani madzi anu akumwa kapena kugwiritsa ntchito chlorine. Sambani m'manja ndi madzi aukhondo ndi sopo mukamaliza kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Funditsani zakudya mukalibe kuyamba kudya. Osadya zakudya zimene zimagulitsiwa mphepete mwa misewu. Muyenera kubwinikira zakudya kuopetsa kuti ntchentche zingakakeko. Nthawi zonse muyenera kugwiritsa ntchito chimbudzi. Pewani kugwiritsa ntchito machemba kapena maplastiki ngati chimbudzi. Onani kuti dothi litayiwa mchimbudzi. Nthawi zonse onani kuti zimbudzi zikhala zaukhondo ndipo nthawi zonse pambowa wa chimbudzi chanu pazikhala pobwinikira bwinobwino. Okubweretsani uthenga uyu ndi aunduna wa zaumoyo.
The news continues. Government has made strides to improve the access to cancer care and treatment services in the country. In Masaiti district, our staff on Kwachi Chanda reports that cancer screening services have been brought closer to the people.
Has claimed the lives of many people in Masaiti district and the country as a whole. To reduce on the occurrences of cancer, the district health office has opened up 4 health facilities where members of the public are now able to access cancer screening services with the help of government and its cooperating partners. The district commissioner has urged the community to embrace healthy lifestyles to eliminate chances of developing any forms of cancer.
Wanapale fyafya fyose kubulwele kani bwaboneka bwangu bulabane kupwa kani bwako kola isho bulwele dash kani nguteko ubwako sapo ubake patala na fimbi nekuleta fima shinifya kumape pepe patala fimba panga ko chiripuli fwebo gofwa kufwebe ni fwenga negofwa ko uteko ukwisha ayama lwele ubulwele mwakwaso unomwilamba kuti Masaiti emobuli waipaya makosa bana mayo chibere chesu ichakulira mamanganda Yesu kulishirya emiti tubomfya ishakulyofa ko bana mayo shijatuleke shaipa bana mayo kabiri mkufisa monsoni.
Masaiti District Health Director says the early detection of cancer helps to treat the disease.
At least every year, Kani mami bona basa ngobulwele bulira ama stages. Stage 1 nekyashala. Kani babona bwangu yengane afilisha. Kani kwelasi wabituma kulisakana mukwenda kuno kukopa bills. Yengane bona. Kani no step bataleta kwa hospital kwa bulwele cancer. Tulikwenda Jeremani Masaiti. Kwa hospital penkaka. Masaiti Goma, na Masaiti Kanso. Ikipata mpitiliose mwingengira mwalela koso ndipo jepa muche dineko kansa ngone fiti kani ntifye bwino kani ngamuli buleni chawa mbeo munefiti kwayani kani masangati kansa kuisika kama na iyo pandu mwafika mwangu bengamikanga taraboneti bengame okwangu.
And Mishikishi Ward Councillor has urged the community to heed to the timely advice on cancer. Kwachi Chanda, Zanis, Masaiti District.
In our education segment, the construction of a 1x2 classroom block funded under the Constituency Development Fund at Shitambule Primary School in Mafinga District in Muchinga Province is nearing completion. Area Member of Parliament Robert Chibanga inspected the works. Miriam Kumwenda filed in this report.
Following the collapsing of a 1x2 classroom block at Chitambule Primary School in Mafinga District, a new 1x2 classroom block has been constructed using the Constituency Development Fund, CDF, under the Emergence Fund component for 2023. The collapsing of this structure left over 400 pupils to learn from these shelters and under the tree. The school authority is happy that pupils will learn from the new structure once schools open next week.
405 pupils. Among those, we have 60 preschool learners. The contractor started work in July. Because of hiccups here and there, he delayed in finishing, but we are happy that he has finished.
Maloso Contractors is a company engaged to carry out the works.
I was engaged at a later stage. It turned into full construction. That's how we started with this new structure, just from the ground. Blocks and the like up to this stage. Though we had the challenge of water here and there, but we've managed.
Area Member of Parliament MP Robert Chabinga is impressed with the works done on the project.
This structure, it was funded under the component of disaster of the 2023 CDF. This has costed us just slight above 790,000 kwacha. We've done it under 4 months. This contractor has not been imported. He is a local Mafinga person, and the people that has employed, all of them are from Mafinga.
Miriam Kumwenda, reporting for Zanis in Mafinga District, Muchinga Province.
In a related development, rehabilitation of a 1x2 classroom block at Game Primary School in Siavonga constituency is progressing well. The rehabilitation of the classroom block follows the collapse of the structure as a result of a hailstorm last November. We have more in this report.
This is Game Primary School in Siavonga District, whose 1x2 classroom block had the roof blown off due to heavy rains that hit Siavonga District, leaving several houses damaged last November. Thanks to the Constituency Development CDF, government through Siavonga Town Council has engaged a local contractor or Skills Limited to rehabilitate the classroom block using the CDF 5% disaster component. Siavonga District Commissioner Geoffrey Jacopo, accompanied by the District Education Board Secretary, toured the school to check on progress of works.
The school has been repaired and is ready for use when schools open on 12th February. All the works have been done.
Very happy because work is going on well. And as you can see that there is good workmanship. The roof is nicely repaired and they are painting inside now. And we hope that by the end of the week, this building will be nicely rehabilitated and ready for use.
Here, the DC also called on the Education Board Secretary, Debs, to ensure schools are kept clean in preparedness of opening of schools.
May I emphasize this point to Minister of Education in Siavonga especially the debts, to see to it that all things are put in place sanitary-wise. As you know, when schools open, we don't want to hear that there are cholera cases in schools. We want to make sure that all the toilets and other things are put in place.
Siavonga Town Council Public Relations Officer Gwendolyn Mwanza-Mchenga reviewed the cost of the project.
Using the 5% CDF component of the disaster management, we used about 247,000 kwacha to do the repairs. And the scope of work were, one, we did the removal and the installation of the roofing sheets.
Mkwengu Shapande, Zanis, Siavonga District, Southern Province.
In other news, a village head person in Kasama has urged government to explain to enhance policy education to people in rural areas. Augustine Chilufia talked to our staffer, Japhet Munkondia.
Community gathering is important as it helps people share ideas and build one another. This is why village headman Wembia decides to engage government workers every time he's holding a village meeting so that the community can be enlightened about government policies and participate in decision making.
What we call extraordinary meetings depending on the situations that arise. This meeting was very, very important because I involved the stakeholders that matter in society. I involved government entities. I also called Drug Enforcement Commission because they play a very important role in capturing our young and even the old in avoiding the use of illicit substances.
The community is happy with the move by the village headman.
Mashiwi bachilanda ukufuma ku bantu abachitutandalila ukufuma ku buteko yala tuafwirishako pakutitwa ikala abamutende ukupitila mufyo bachira tusambirisha
fyatwafwa kuna ifwe bene mumushi kutusambi kuteko pantanshi tumone na ifwe bokutwamba okukalanga abantu kuli kubachara kuli meeting titwalanda okuti kwena bapuswa lelo tule bafwa bakola munefilangiro kuli fo pafe twasambirira.
The village headman has emphasized the need for government workers to explain government plans to the communities.
To me, it has been a success and I'm so very happy, and I encourage and ask other village head persons if they can emulate what this village has done. Bring together the stakeholders and talking about issues. Like on security, we have expanded truly very well.
Reporting for Zanis in Kasama, I'm Japhet Munkondia.
In sports news, Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts, Elvis Nkando, says there is need to create a favorable atmosphere that allows for the exposure of rural sports talent. Nkando says there is a lot of talent in rural areas in football and other sports disciplines that has gone unnoticed because of very little investment in sports. The minister says government has embarked on a mission to help youths in rural areas realize their potential in various sports by providing the necessary requisites. He said this in Kazungula district when he presented a set of jerseys and a football each to 20 football teams. The minister also gave out grants to 400 youth entrepreneurs to enable them boost their businesses. And some recipients of the jerseys say the gesture by the Ministry of Youth and Sports has motivated them to work hard as they aspire to play football at national level. As we end the news, we take a look at the stories that made headlines. Increased investment in mining sector to stabilize the exchange rate. Construction of first ever civic center in Lusoposhi progresses. And government to tap sports talent from rural areas. Thank you so much for watching. That's all we had for you from our news desk. On behalf of the entire Zanis crew, I've been your presenter, Trust Bemba. It's goodbye for now.